So I have to come clean. I am guessing that many of you here today looked at the sermon title and based on my frequently demonstrated love of pop culture, figured that I was going to be preaching about the wildly popular show, This Is Us. Well, here's the thing. I actually don't watch the show. I know it's amazing and emotional and powerful. It has critics raving and fans cheering and crying. But I just hit a wall about a year ago as I found myself too absorbed in too many television shows all at the same time. Plus, with a very young child, I had already added the Octonauts, the Wildcrats, and Daniel Tiger to my personal queue. I just couldn't bring myself to add one more. So I feel better now. I've unburdened my soul. Now, for all of those of you who are This Is Us fans, you know that I will be fully unprepared if you should take issue with what I am about to do as I proof text the one scene from This Is Us that I've ever seen. For you see, while I don't watch the show, I have gone about to learn a bit about the show, and it does sound quite good. I ran across a clip from the second season finale, which featured a wedding of people I did not know. And I think the name of the character is Randall, and he was giving one of the toasts, and he's the one portrayed by Sterling K. Brown. Anyway, during the toast, he is talking about things in our lives that are out of our control, and he says the line, "What we can control are the people we choose." It was a very moving scene, and I could see why people like the show. He's right. We can control the people we choose. In doing so, we help shape who we will become. We help define the direction our lives will take, and we identify many with whom we will share support. But at the same time, we do not personally choose all of the significant people in our lives. If we did, we would lead very sheltered lives, my friends. For often, people who have an incredible impact on our lives are not among the people we would necessarily choose. They are the people we come to know because of the value-driven choices we make. Jesus, in our passage this morning, is demonstrating both aspects of this idea. There are many among us who might quickly reference, knowingly or not, the famous Harper Lee quote, "You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family." And I do not think that Jesus is challenging that idea. Embedded in this brief passage is not a rejection of family, not an unchoosing, if you will. Rather, he is extending the understanding of family based on common values, and more specifically in this case, a common faith. Jesus then in this moment is suggesting that by making that choice to follow the will of God, as he says, we then find ourselves in relationship with others who have made the same choice. This means that should we embrace this idea of a family of faith based on commonly held beliefs and values, then we are not ultimately choosing people. We are claiming and owning a set of core values. And by doing so, we are choosing a way of life. I say this not only because of the beliefs we adopt, more than that, by embracing our Christian faith, one of the values we are claiming is that our faith is meant to be lived in community. A community that is never exactly the same, one moment to the next. The choice we make then is to live as Christians, embracing the value of relationship, committing ourselves to the ideal of community. When we do that, when we let go of some false sense of control, trusting instead that God is working in the midst of the community, inviting us into deeper meaning as we walk the path together, guided by our common values and beliefs. We often speak of being attracted to a congregation because of the people. And here at MBCC, as you might imagine, I have heard that sentiment expressed more than once. I would guess that for some or even many of us, what first brought us in the door was that we knew someone. We had a personal connection. Someone invited us to come. Yet at the core of the choice we make is not the people, but the faith, the common beliefs and values present among the gathered community. There are some communities that remain mostly static, but an active and vital community of faith like ours is never the same one moment to the next. For it changes as new faces arrive, as new ideas are embraced. Yet in the midst of a sea of change, the core values remain the same. Here in Manhattan Beach Community Church, we have articulated and embraced a set of core values, values that undergird who we are, and I believe offer the common ground around which our family of faith lives and serves. Hopefully you have heard them before, and this will be a refresher of sorts, but if not, here they are. They begin with our mission statement. We are an inclusive Christian church that equips each generation through spiritual growth and fellowship to serve the South Bay, and I might suggest the world. Then we have 5 core values. You can find these on the website. Lance is going to like that because he wants everyone to look at our website. Our core values are being spiritually inclusive and socially accepting, being a caring and supportive Christian congregation, promoting fellowship through lively, creative, and educational activities, maintaining continuity by honoring our history and traditions, and serving those in need in our greater community through grassroots efforts. Then, just over a year ago, we as a congregation adopted an expansive welcome statement, which appears on the front of your bulletin each Sunday. So perhaps you might indulge me because you're just hearing me, and you might find your bulletin and find the front and join me as we read that welcome statement together. No matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. We are an inclusive Christian church, and our welcome is extended equally and unconditionally, without regard to sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, race, culture, age, national origin, socioeconomic status, family configuration, education, physical and mental abilities, and spiritual and religious traditions. All are welcome to participate fully in the life, leadership, fellowship, service, and ministry of this church. My friends, these are the values we claim, and the values we seek to live out as a community. They define who we are as a family of faith. And given the ever-changing face of our family, it can be important for us to exercise ourselves, to pause once in a while and together reaffirm, this is us. Say that with me. This is us. We are a community, a family that believes that all are welcome. In this family that is Manhattan Beach Community Church, but more than that, all are welcome in God's family. Say it with me again. This is us. We are a community, a family that believes in the importance of caring for and supporting one another, as these values demonstrate our Christian faith. This is us. We are a community, a family that seeks opportunities for fellowship, but beyond that recognizes the lifelong nature of faith formation as we support that process for one another. This is us. We are a community, a family that honors those who came before us, recognizing the common thread of our faith and our values while seeking to expand the circle. This is us. We are a community, a family that looks beyond our walls into the wider community and world, recognizing our role in making this a better world for all God's beloved children. This is us. Together we are a family of God's people, connected by our faith, rooted in our common values, learning, growing, and serving together. This is us. Amen.